taken up because it will be determined by the county, and I sit on the county regulatory committee, so therefore I declare it a non-pecuniary interest, and that the way that I vote today will be based on the information which in this report and is put before us today, and does not prelude me from voting the same way or in a different way at the county meeting when it comes up at regulatory.
Noted.
Thank you, Chairman. As Councillor Price has just mentioned, this application relates to a waste transfer site. So as a result, Hampshire County Council will be the authority to determine the application. However, as part of the consideration of that application, the County Council are formally seeking the views of this council. The application site lies here to the east of Standard Way, which then turns into Military Road, and then further west here, Hinks Hill. The site lies south of the existing Suez waste transfer station here. Both sites, the application site and the existing waste transfer site, lie outside of the urban settlement boundary. To the south here, immediately, you've got the old original Military Road, runs adjacent to the site. You've got the M27 up here to the northeast, and we've got Wallington Industrial Estate over here. Levels on the site fall across from west to east, falling by approximately 6 metres from this side down towards the land to the east here. The access to the site, at the moment, you've got a dedicated access that goes into the waste transfer station, and so a new access will be created through into the proposed site. You'll also see here, in order to connect the application site with the existing waste transfer site, there will be a small sort of break through an existing buffer to create interconnecting for a walkway through for employees. The application relates to a number of issues, elements. We've got a workshop and office building in this location here. There's a staff welfare building here. A number of staff parking spaces, as you will see. This area here will be dedicated for lorry parking, and the whole of the rest of this area would all be hard surfaced with a vehicle washdown area here, which is an open-sided building. The site currently has some boundary treatment, but it's quite narrow in its form around the eastern and southern boundary of the site. And also, to gain access to the site, there would be a new entrance here off of the waste transfer station access road, punching through the landscape buffer into the site. There would be some landscaping proposed. This area here is grassed with some specimen tree planting. But on the whole, the majority of the site will be taken up with built form and hard surfacing. Because the site lies outside of the urban settlement boundary, there are two main issues for consideration. One, because it's basically an extension of an existing commercial use here to the north. One is the need for this facility outside of the urban settlement boundary, and the second, the landscape and visual impact. Engine levels. Apologise, this isn't that clear, but there will be cut and fill operations required in order to try to level the site. which will result in a retaining wall here on the eastern boundary. This shows the vehicle washdown area, and this is the larger of the buildings, the workshop and office, which will be approximately 10.6 metres high. So that's the main building, the workshop and offices. It's smaller in footprint than the existing waste transfer main building to the north, but marginally higher. This is the staff welfare building. And this is the landscape strategy that was submitted with the application. You will see that the existing waste transfer station, the buffers are anything up to 20 metres in width surrounding the site, and in comparison with what is being proposed is obviously much greater. The applicant submitted a great amount of evidence, and I think there's no dispute that there is a need for this logistics facility here, and there are a number of benefits. However, the concerns officers have is that the landscaping, we feel, isn't enough. It's being proposed to mitigate the visual effects the proposal would have from outside of the site. I did speak to the case officer at Hampshire County Council this morning, and she confirmed to me that the Hampshire County Council landscape architect has raised similar issues, and I understand the applicant is looking at undertaking revisions to the landscape strategy, which we may hear more about from our deputy in just a moment. But I'll happy to take any other questions in a moment, Chairman.